So what are some cold running tips that you can do? A lot of them are pretty simple. Maybe you know them already, but I want to go over them and it'll help your running quite a bit and keep you from getting injured. Hey there, I'm physical therapist Dr. Trent Corey, and I just want to, give all you guys, whoever's out there, as runners, to get out there for the winter is always kind of challenging. And, it's a great time to do recuperative work and some prehab type stuff, doing your foam rolling and that kind of thing, doing a little more regular stretching, maybe starting a yoga routine, doing those things inside, get your core stronger, do your core every day. It's amazing what the benefits of those kind of things can be to get you stronger during this time of winter when the days are short and it's getting colder out. Maybe it's actually kind of dangerous to go outside if it's too dark, or if you have a lot of ice on the road, or a lot of things like that. So you just gotta be careful. But one thing I want to talk about when it gets really cold, I'm from Iowa and it got to 20 below, 30 below, wind chills. Those are kind of things that you got to be very careful with. And probably with that kind of condition, you just have to definitely bundle up in layers. You don't want to get too hot, because if you get too sweaty, then if you hit the wind, then you're going to be in big trouble. That's another thing you have to think about, is your route. If you know that the winds can be blowing in one direction really hard, then you want to head out against the wind on the way out. And so, it's cold, I know, but then when you come back and turn around and you might be a little sweaty or whatever, you're going to have that wind to your back, and you're going to be so glad you did. Because if you go with the wind on the way out, you get all sweaty, turn around, it's cold and you're going slower, and it's pretty awful to do. So just keep that in mind with the wind chill factors in the Midwest. In the Northwest here, it's not too bad. It's one of my first winters here was like the most wonderful winter ever, because never got below like 20 degrees. But either way, you still have to kind of dress for the rain. I'm wearing a hat. Very important to wear something on your head to keep your heat in. I usually have a long sleeve t-shirt on, or it just kind of has a little insulation on it. And then I definitely go with some shorts. So I'm usually shorts to 40 degrees, probably, maybe even a little bit lower. But I do keep in mind that I'm going to go out a little slower. I might even do a little bit of a warm-up or dynamic routine inside to warm up my body before I go. I just have to make sure that I'm active in some way before I start heading out and going, maybe a little faster than I might. If I go as fast as I do in the summer, that could lead to injury, because muscles get stiff and cold and they're not quite ready for it yet. So just get yourself into it nice and slow. Don't just take it easy. Don't worry about the pace. Just getting your mileage in and maybe going a little longer and slower is not a bad idea during the winter. And then also supplementing that with that core work that I was just talking about. So those are kind of the basic things that I really have in mind for cold weather running. Also just with making sure that your mouth is covered if you have the really extreme cold. And, you really have to watch it when you get to that 20 below area. Maybe a lot of you guys aren't in that frame, and maybe you're not even considering that, but the type of runner that I typically talk to, they'll go out no matter what. So you just have to be careful. Make sure your gloves are well insulated. Actually, mittens seem to be better. Sometimes you have to curl your hands into the glove so you have your fingers stay nice and warm. With socks, you just have to make sure that, if you double up your socks, sometimes that can constrict your fit in the shoe, and actually can make it more of a problem with just feeling more uncomfortable in the shoe. It actually can constrict blood flow and make it worse. Just have to keep that in mind. And so think about these things when you go out today in the run. Maybe keep your loops shorter, so if you don't get caught out way out in the cold, and that will keep it a little bit more safe for you. And you can always shed layers if you get too hot. I see that a lot with folks. I kind of joke with my wife every time she goes out for a run, because she's wearing way too many clothes. And so the rule of thumb typically is that when you head out the door for a run, you should dress like it is 15 to 20 degrees warmer. And so that means, like, if it's a 40 degree, when you're coming out, you should dress like it would be normally like 60 degrees. So for me, that's shorts and t-shirt. And for you, that might not be. You might still wear a long sleeve t-shirt, and you can still wear long sleeve or or something warmer, and then just plan to shed it, which is fine. But typically you want to feel a little chilly to start to run, because you want to get your body's adaptation response in there. A lot of people are so, well, they're so tempered to one temperature between like 68 72 degrees, and that's kind of, it's not really helpful for your body, because your body needs to get used to all these ranges for it to function properly. And there's a whole bunch of, I follow the Wim Hof method. He's in the ice baths and that kind of stuff, and you don't have to go that crazy, but it will help you to have your body adapted to cold a little bit more. So keep that in mind. It'll give you some better adaptations responses for your body, and become a little more apt to be able to handle the cold a little better. So hopefully this has been helpful. Hope you get out there during this winter and not letting the cold be an excuse for your lack of training. It's actually a great opportunity to get fit and ready for the spring and to crush your goals in the next year. So I wish you the best. This is, again, physical therapist Dr. Trent Corey, wishing you the best, and want you to take care and find yourself out there running. Take care.